Well, you raised your hand first.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Please do not apologize.
Yeah, okay. I can speak in English and maybe also Danish, but I am a teacher and I'm sitting here with my young son. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
yeah, I normally can speak quite loudly because I'm a teacher, but so I was very interested in this idea that you guys were talking about, and it said in that little blurb that came with the tickets, you know, the presenting of this event today, this idea of being preoccupied with something. Altså at være optaget af noget. Det var sådan det, der virkelig fangede mig.
Stod der det på billetten?
Nej, ikke på billetten. Nej, det stod der på det der.
Peter, for helvede, hvad er det, du har solgt? What have you sold these people on? Anyway.
Ja, det stod der på Insta eller et eller andet. Ikke?
Okay.
Men den her idé med at være optaget af noget, fordi I har jo begge to beskrevet jeres barndom og jeres ungdom, og hvordan I ligesom er kommet herhen, hvor I er nu. Har I et godt råd, måske både til unge, men måske i særdeleshed også til deres forældre eller de voksne, om det der med, når nu man er optaget af noget, jeg sidder her med min søn, ja. Altså at være optaget af noget, fordi altså det er jo, jeg fornemmer jo, det er det, der har været jeres drivkraft, det her med at være optaget af noget, og hvordan kan man understøtte det for unge? Og
that's a great listen. First of all, thank you, and thank you for bringing the next generation. It's a great question. I don't know how easy, at least for me, I'd love to hear Puk's answer also. I think, and I also can see it in our kids, you know, if you have to define it, or if you have to articulate it, then maybe it's already an issue, if you know what I mean. So, you know, when I think back to, you know, growing up in my childhood, you know, I was born into a sports family, an athletic family, a tennis playing family, and at least for the first 12 to 14 years, the idea of playing tennis was something that I wasn't thinking about. It was literally just, it was expected. It was in my own expectations. It wasn't necessarily like the pressure of my parental units, but it was something that was just, that's what I'm going to do because that's what I've been born into. And then music took a foothold very early, and music kind of became my escape away from tennis and my, you know, when I wasn't playing tennis, I was just immersed in music all the time. And then when tennis didn't work out the way I expected it, then music just took over. But it was not like, there wasn't a, now what am I going to do, that tennis has ended, now what should be my vocation be? Let me think about it. Should I get into the culinary world? Should I write? Should I study? Should I, you know, and that's a little bit what I see in my kids, you know, maybe because of just the way culture is today. There's so many more opportunities, and the way that the world is, how everything is global. It's just, there's so much more to tackle and so many more things that you can do, and even maybe the anxiety that can come in the amount of choices. I can see that in the next generation. But for me, I never fucking thought 1 second about it. It was completely instinctive, and I maybe heard a little bit in you when you were talking about on your trip 20 plus years ago. It was just like, this is what I'm doing. So I never had a moment where I had to sit and where I had to pause long enough to consider, now I have to make a choice about where I'm going next. And so is that a luxury? Yes. Am I lucky in that sense? Yes. Is it a generational element? Perhaps. But, you know, the path forward was about that wide, if you know what I mean. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I never fucking questioned it. And there was no, there was nothing that was going to hold me back from exactly that. And
so it's the focus that you were focused on.
Yeah. So I hope that answers it a little bit.
Saying, thank you.
So no pressure.